back to my channel. It's Jessica from The Social Speechy. Today is Sunday, August 27th, and you guys, I start my SLP graduate program tomorrow. I have been working for this moment for probably going on 2.5 years. I think I decided in 2015 that this is what I wanted to go to school for and this is the career that I wanted to pursue. And I have goosebumps right now thinking about that I'm actually starting my graduate program tomorrow. It has been a long time coming and I'm so extremely excited, and I wanted to film a video for you guys today, 10 things that you need to do before you start your graduate program. Before I get started, I wanted to answer some questions that I've been getting on my last couple pictures on Instagram and my last couple YouTube videos too. So I wore this necklace on purpose. I hope you guys can see. It's a little druzy like crystal necklace. A lot of people have been wondering where it's from. It is from Kendra Scott. This is the gold one. They have it in a lot of different chain colors as well as different druzy colors. And then I always get asked what lipstick I'm wearing. So the one that I'm wearing right now, it's the darker one. It is Bestie by Tarte. I absolutely love this formula and this color. I'm kind of a neutral lip kind of a person. And then the days that you see me wear the lighter color that I get asked about a lot, it doesn't have a name, but it's Makeup Forever Artist Liquid Matte number 101. So these are the things that I always have on my lips, and then this necklace is from Kendra Scott. So if you've been wondering, now you know. So I went online and checked how much my tuition was going to be since I'm finally all registered for my first semester, and I'm not going to lie, I was a little scared. I do have in-state tuition, which is, praise the Lord for that. But I am doing a distance program, and you know how, like, I don't know if you've ever taken an online class, but they have those little like distance learning fees, which I'm like, how am I getting an extra fee when I'm not even taking up space on your campus? But anyway, that's beside the point. So I was a little bit scared to see how high my tuition was going to be, since number one, it's graduate level credit hours, and number two, every class that I'm taking is distance. It actually was not as bad as I thought, so I was just like, praise the Lord for that as well. I just cannot believe that tomorrow is day one of a 3-year journey that I'm about to embark upon. Like, it's so crazy to me that it's finally here. By the time you guys watch this video, I will already be probably neck deep in graduate coursework. So it's just mind-blowing to me, and I'm really excited. And I'm also really excited to share these 10 tips with you guys because I think that they're really useful. Oh, you guys, I got my nails done today to treat myself before I start grad school, and I really love this color. I tried to do like a fall color, even though it's like 90 degrees, like not, it's more than that, it's like 97 degrees in Florida today, but it's like, I think it was called Topeless Beach by OPI. I love the names of their polishes. I think they're so clever and funny, but I really, really love this color. Oh, and while I'm showing you guys that, this necklace, I also have the matching bracelet. So they have bracelets as well, and I think they have earrings, but I don't have those. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's get into the 10 things that you need to do before you start your graduate program. Number one, celebrate. You did it. You are in a program. That is a big deal. I don't know about the types of programs that you might be applying to for grad school, but speech language pathology programs are competitive, and it is an accomplishment to get in. So don't get in and then just continue moving forward like, okay, I'm in, now what do I do next? Like, yes, that's important. You do want to obviously know your next steps, but take a day or a night or a freaking week and celebrate your accomplishments. Number two, send in your final transcripts. For me, I applied to grad school and I found out that I got in February, but I did not graduate with my second bachelor's degree until May. So they still needed all those courses from my final spring semester, like they needed to see that I passed them so that I could still move forward with the program. So in May after finals, before finals, I made sure to go onto my university's website and like pre-order my transcripts so that, and they had a little checkbox that you could tick that said send these after finals scores are posted, like finals grades are posted. So I checked that little box, and then as soon as my final grades were posted for the semester, those transcripts were sent on to my graduate program at my new university. So I'm really glad that I did that ahead of time, just because with finals going on and the end of the semester, like things can get kind of crazy. So if you can and your university like has that as an option, I would really suggest doing that ahead of time. So like pre-ordering your transcripts so that way you're not scrambling over the summer, because sometimes it's kind of hard to get a hold of people at universities during the summer because they're not as busy as the fall and the spring. So I would try to get your transcripts taken care of as soon as possible. Number 3, spend some time shadowing in the field that you're pursuing. After finals, so after I graduated with my bachelor's, I finished that in May, and I do not start grad school until August. So that's like a lot of time, a lot of lag time in between. So in order to make sure that I like stayed sharp, stayed fresh, and stayed really excited about my graduate program, I spent some time shadowing some SLPs over the summer. And you guys, it made me like that much more excited to like just dive into my graduate program, because I got to see like my end goal, like what it's going to be like to be an SLP after my program. So if you can, I would highly suggest spending some time shadowing in your field before starting your graduate program. Tip number 4, kind of going along with tip number 3, put together some sort of like review binder or review notebook for whatever program you're going into. I created an SLP review binder, which I'm pretty sure I have a whole video on this. If I do, I will link it below. If I don't, I will get on that. So what this is I kind of pulled everything that I thought was important from my undergrad coursework and compiled it into one big review binder that I could flip through over the summer, just to make sure that the information doesn't like completely leave my brain. Like I want it floating around somewhere in there so that when I see that info again come grad school, I'm not like, what are they talking about? Like I have an idea of what is going on. I have mine tabbed off into sections. So I have clinic aids, neuro and anatomy, help, phonetics, language development, and disorders. So this applies obviously to speech language pathology programs, but I have flipped through this over the summer, and I'm going to continue adding to it throughout grad school so that I can use this as a tool to study for the praxis when that time comes. So I know it's tempting to want to just graduate with your undergraduate degree and like throw everything in the garbage. Trust me, I was tempted to do the same, but I highly encourage you to kind of pull out the important things like test reviews and, you know, PowerPoints that really stood out to you, and compile them into one big review binder so that you can use that throughout the duration of your graduate program. Number 5, join a Facebook group or groups. So when I found out which school I was going to be going to, I went on Facebook and I searched for groups for my program. There were no groups for my specific cohort, so I went ahead and created one, and I've been able to meet so many of my classmates, and that is essential since we are distant, so we don't all live near each other, but we've all been helping each other over the summer, like kind of prepare for our first semester. If we have any questions about like our books or supplies, it's just really easy to communicate through our Facebook group, and everyone's kind of in one place. But I did find a group for like distance program, like alumni and current students, so not specific to each cohort. So I went ahead and joined that as well, and those people have been such a useful resource for me. If I have any questions about the program, like I can just ask on the Facebook group, and they are more than willing to answer my questions. And this kind of gets you your questions answered quickly, because sometimes if you email like an admissions person or someone at a university, like their inbox is usually kind of flooded, so it takes them a few days to get back to you. So if you need like a quick answer, I would suggest checking out a Facebook group. Tip number 6, decide how you are going to take notes and organize your coursework. So I've already showed you guys this in a couple videos, but I like to have one binder for everything. So each class has its own divider, and I keep everything in there. And then once I have an exam or we finish like a module or whatever, I will pull out that stuff and hold on. I will pull out that stuff and I will put it in this little like accordion thing. Each class that I've taken in undergrad and then each grad level class is going to get its own like slot in the accordion, and I put everything in here, and then at the end of the semester I go through and I pull out what's really important or what stood out to me to put in my review binder that I showed you guys in the last tip, or not in the last tip, but in tip number 4. So that is what works for me. I know that I have to print out my PowerPoints and I have to take notes on them. Like I have to outline them, write them. That's how I learn best. And I am also a fan of making flashcards. So find what works for you. And I would really suggest doing that before you get into the swing of the semester, because you don't want to be like halfway through the semester and then like, I still don't know what works for me as far as note taking. Like you want to go into the semester strong and kind of have a game plan laid out for yourself. Tip number 7, go ahead and get your planner set up. Now, if you're anything like me, this is not a chore whatsoever. I live for organization and setting up my planner. I went into detail how I set up my planner for grad school in another video. I will link it down below. But I use the Day Designer by Blue Sky, so it's not like the full Day Designer version, but I like that it's thin, it's hardback, and each spread is a weekly spread rather than a daily spread. I can't get down with a daily spread. It's just too much for me. So it is a weekly spread here, and each day has the schedule. So each day has a schedule, a spot for the top 3 on the to-do list, and then a master weekly to-do list. And then I will just briefly show you guys anytime I have an assignment or an exam or anything like that. Each class is assigned a sticky note color, and I have the key at the front of my planner, and I like to put everything that I know. Like I haven't even started the semester yet, but the 2 syllabi that I do have, I don't have all of my class syllabi yet, but the ones that I do have, I went and I put all the due dates in. That way I can just plan ahead and see what's coming. So, and like I mentioned in that planner video, I like to do all my assignments on sticky notes. That way if the due date changes, I can pick it up and just move it where it needs to go instead of like scrabbling or getting out the whiteout or whatever. So that is tip number 7. Get yourself a planner and set it up ahead of time. Tip number 8, spend a little bit of time polishing up your resume. So for me, after I finished my bachelor's degree, I went on my resume and I made sure that it reflected where I was currently at. So I put my bachelor's degree on there, and then I also put my graduate program on there and put like in progress or whatever. I don't know how I worded it. I personally like to update my resume like as I'm going through things rather than like having to sit down, like say I have to actually turn in my resume somewhere. I hate like sitting down and opening it up and seeing like, oh my gosh, I haven't updated this thing in like 2 or 3 years, because then it's just stressful and overwhelming. So as big events are happening, I like to update my resume. So I would highly suggest kind of polishing up your resume before you go into your grad program. Number 9, read up on your program and familiarize yourself with your professors. This is so important, and I feel like a lot of students don't really take the time to do this. Where I applied, the school that I actually chose to go to, we had to list 3 professors that we were interested in doing research under. So I was kind of forced into like studying up on my professors, but it was actually really helpful, and it got me excited for the courses that I was going to be taking with them, because I could kind of figure out like what they're passionate about and what their area of expertise is. That way I can kind of start to think about like, what do I want to really like hone in on when I'm studying, and I can kind of like build relationships with those professors ahead of time rather than, again, scrambling at the last minute when I have to turn in a research project like, oh my gosh, who do I talk to? What do I do? I am all about planning ahead because I think it makes life so much less stressful. And you obviously want to read up on your program. You want to check the graduation requirements. I hope you do this before you apply to the programs, but some people just apply to like 10 programs and hope they get in somewhere, and then after they get in, then they kind of like really nail down the details of that program. So just make sure you know what you're getting yourself into before you start your program. Number 10, and I should probably take my own advice here, relax. Really try to take some time and chill out before you start your graduate program. It is no surprise that graduate programs are intense, they are rigorous, require a lot of your time and a lot of your attention. So your life is gonna look different for the next couple of years. Like your grad program is gonna have to be like one of your top priorities. So I would really suggest doing things like leading up to the start of your program that kind of get you in a relaxed mindset, so that you're going into it like fresh and ready to kind of like give your all. So my husband and I, we went on vacation about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. We went to California for a week, and we planned that according to my new schedule coming up. I knew that I wanted to get away and just like not have any responsibilities for a whole week. So that way, whenever I did come back and get into the swing of things, I would be ready to take on my graduate program. So if you can, really try to relax before you start your program. Even if that means like a weekend by the pool or a weekend on the couch in front of Netflix or whatever you like to do, whatever puts you at peace, do that before your program starts. So I hope you guys can tell that I'm really excited to start my speech language pathology graduate program. Like I said, I feel like it's been a long time coming, and I am so mentally prepared to do this. I'm gonna have to rewatch this video in probably like 3 or 4 weeks when I'm drowning and be like, okay, you're excited, like this is what you want to do. But right now I'm really excited. I feel really prepared. I have my planner set up, I have my binder set up, I have my books ready to go. So I feel like I'm prepared, and I think that's gonna set me up for a really successful first semester as a graduate student. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any tips of your own, feel free to leave a comment below. I am all ears. I would love to hear what you have to say. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Y'all, it always looks like a freaking hurricane went through here after I finished filming. Like, how does this happen? How? I don't know. I don't know. Look at that toolbox though. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Did you just shake everything? Can you chill, please? Can you chill, please? Chill. I hope you guys can't hear my dog. He's like gnawing on his bone right now. You can definitely hear that. Days, my dogs are killing my vibe right now. I can't. He's just so cute, and I don't want to get mad, but I love coffee. Topeless Beach by OPI. I love their name. What the hell? I love the, is this real? I love the names of their policies. Did I already film this video? Because I'm getting like deja vu. I need to check that out. Hold on. I feel like I come off as more of a hot mess on camera than I am in real life. But actually I am a hot mess in real life, so scratch that. Okay, moving forward. Really stood out to you and kind of what is English? My neighbor's watching me. Hi. This is awkward. Just talking to my iPhone. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. My neighbors think I'm a lunatic.